Oh, hell yeah. Okay. How was your week, friend? I know you told me earlier.
No, I mean, I didn't tell you, like, some stuff.
Wow, rude, okay.
Well, it's because I wanted to save it here.
Huh?
Because there's, like, one specific thing. Earlier this week, an old friend texted me, like, I woke up to like, her text, and it's this friend that wants to do the Lord of the Rings thing.
Mm-hmm.
I really like our like friendship dynamic because it's just like it's so like we'll text each other like maybe 2 times out of the year, right? Just to check up on each other, and it always kind of just boils down to the same thing where we just start yelling at each other because she loves Coke and I love Dr. Pepper.
Oh, so, I thought you meant...
No, not that.
I thought you meant the other Coke, and I was all like, you know what? I ain't here to judge.
Not that kind of Coke. But we're always yelling at each other like, you have no taste buds, like, you have, like, no taste, like, nothing. And then I haven't talked to her maybe, like, a year, maybe close to a year. And earlier this week, she fucking... text me, just goes, you still fuck with Dr. Pepper? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, you have no fucking taste, and it just sparks up this whole fucking fight again. But it's like it's such like a good friendship that I cherish. Just to like, no matter how long in between like breaks that we talk to each other, we just the moment we start talking again, we just fight. But it's like a good fight, you know. It's not like an actual yeah.
You just like the whole bantering.
Yeah, it's just so fun.
Those are the best friendships, honestly.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yo, mama. And then the other person's like, yo, mama. I did a yo, mama joke to my friend. And she's all like, you want to know what's funny? And I was like, what? He's like, my mama's dead. And her mama actually is dead. And I always forget that her mom's dead. And then I feel bad because sometimes I complain about my mom. She's like, well, at least you have a mom. And I feel like the biggest asshole in the fucking world, I swear to God.
Do you rebuttal with at least you have a dad?
She doesn't have a dad.
Oh my God! that's even worse! Wow.
She has neither, bro.
Wow, alright.
Dude, I'm being fucking honest, she has no family. And then I was all like, well, I'm your family now. When you get married, invite me, I'll fucking be there. Swear to God, I'll be there.
Walk her down the aisle.
No, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that for her. I love you, Angie. I know you don't listen to this, but I love you. She listened to the Selena episode because Selena's her favorite.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
But yeah, she's sweet. You want to know what's so weird too? It's such a small world, like, where we live. Because it's, like, the city that I live is kind of, like, a little bit small. Mm. But essentially, her daughter is friends with my cousin. They're in the same friend group. In the same school, and they're both graduating. Too at the same time.
Oh shit.
This Friday. So what's it called? So she's all like, oh yeah, like my daughter or whatever, she's promoting on Friday. And I was all like, on the 31st, right? From so-and-so middle school. Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah. And I was like, well, no shit. I don't know why I asked her. Her and my cousin go to the same school. And I was like, I'm going to be there too. I'm going. My cousin wanted me to go. Because it's like a limit.
Yeah.
Ooh, I had to burp. Jesus.
You too, huh?
That Dr. Pepper, man.
Yeah, I chucked the shit out of mine.
Ugh. Delicious.
It's so fucking good.
Delicious. But yeah, she's like, OMG, blah, 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 blah. So I'm gonna call her and be like, where are you at? Because I want to sit next to her. Mm. I'll sit next to her. I'll drag my family along to be there. But it's because my little cousin, she wanted to invite me first because I'm the one that's, like, always around. But then she's all like, well, Denise always works at night. So she was trying to be considerate of me. She's like, she's probably going to be tired. She's going to be asleep. She's probably going to work that night too. So I'll invite somebody else. So she ended up inviting my cousin. And then my cousin's all like, I'm sorry. Like, I won't be able to attend. So she's all like, okay. And then my aunt kind of mentioned it to me. And I said, fuck it. Give me that ticket. I was like, whether I work or not, as long as it's in the morning, I'll make it. And sure enough, it's in the morning, and it's on my day off, because it's the day before the convention.
It's perfect.
Yep. Perfect.
my friend every now and then does listen to these episodes, the one I'm talking about. So I just want to point out real quick, on the official record here, Dr. Pepper is superior. Just gonna say that right now.
I'm gonna admit, friend, I like Dr. Pepper too.
Okay. You had me scared there for a second. I thought you were gonna
well, I literally, you saw me. Okay, right now we went to KFC and I ordered fucking Dr. Pepper.
What? Well, it's because, like, I don't know. I don't know why I thought you were just gonna go, like, just stab me in the back here. after all these years of friendship.
I think my boyfriend's Team Coke and my mom's Team Coke too.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah. It's funny because I had Dr. Pepper yesterday too. Look at me having soda. Damn. It's because I never drink soda. It's because I'm not a soda person.
Mm.
I always, like, if I do happen to go out somewhere and eat, I always get, like, an iced tea or high C. I never drink soda because I'm not a soda person. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? I want Dr. Pepper. I've been craving it.
I get you every time. It's so fucking good.
It's delicious.
It's like a unique drug.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather just have that than the taste of nickels and copper. Fucking Coke, man.
The version of Coke that I would love to try is the original.
The one with cocaine in it?
Hell yeah. Dude, if somebody gave you $1 million to try that shit.
Yeah, I mean, you fuck yeah, I'd try it. Like, I would have to see.
If somebody offered me $100 to try that shit, I would. A small amount, though.
Nah, give me doing the original bottle too. Those bottles are so fat and unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a big old cylinder.
Mm-hmm. I love the little Coca-Cola cups, the old ones. You know how it's kind of like thin and then it's like a little. On the top?
Yeah.
Those are dope.
Yeah, love those. Fucking. The only thing I'll agree with her on is that Mexican Coke is delicious.
Oh hell yeah!
Like it's just.
It's because they use sugar cane and not corn syrup.
Well, I mean, it's not just that, but like any sodas that are made, like if you get like Mexican Sprite, Mexican
for sure.
Fanta, like they're all just so fucking good.
Yeah, I feel like God. I've only tried 3 different types of Coke.
There's American Coke, Mexican Coke, and a different kind of Mexican Coke. Or?
No, it's American Coke, Mexican Coke, and Jewish Coke.
Oh, what the fuck?
Because I was raised Judeo-Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, so there's a Jewish, there's not a Jewish community around here where we live, so the closest Jewish market is in Anaheim, close to Anaheim, a little bit farther than Anaheim actually, and we would go to this tiny ass market. If I'm being honest, it's like if they got your house and another house together, like that's how tiny it is, but everything in there was like all like kosher and like, so it's like no impurities, everything was like even the meat has to be certified by, like, a rabbi. Like, before and after killing the animal and shit like that. So that's basically how strict they are with, like, their laws and everything. And I remember one time they had bottles of Coke, like, and instead of saying Coca-Cola, it said whatever the fuck it said in Hebrew. And, which I'm pretty sure obviously is Coca-Cola. But I drank it, and they used sugar cane as well. So it tasted more similar to the Mexican Coke than it did to the American Coke. And also, Passover is a holiday where they don't... Passover just passed, actually.
Yes.
Passover is a holiday where they don't eat anything with yeast or corn syrup products.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, to remember when the Israelites left Egypt to find the Promised Land or whatever, because they were in so much of a hurry, they didn't allow enough time for the bread to rise. So they do that now, like, as a remembrance or whatever. And that soda, since they use sugar cane and corn syrup, they actually drink, like, Coke, too, for Passover. So it's kosher for Passover. As well as Philadelphia cream cheese, which is a fun fact. I fucking love cream cheese.
Cream cheese is really, really good. Especially with some ghetto-ass shit, but just get, like, a block of cream cheese for, like, Philadelphia. And just eat it with hot Cheetos. That's so fucking good. It actually works.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I've tried it.
Okay, good.
But what I like, I don't know, maybe because I'm extra, I like putting it in, like, my stuffed mushrooms. I do this really good recipe where I mince the stems of a mushroom and garlic, and I, like, just saute it with a little bit of butter and seasoning. And then with, like, room temperature cream cheese, I mix it in there, and then I put it in the little mushroom caps. I drizzle with a little bit of paprika on top, and then I bake it, and then I eat it. You don't like mushrooms like that?
No, I thought I was gonna say I fucking love mushrooms, dude.
Oh, thank God.
They're so fucking good.
I'll make it for you.
We've had sandwiches from downtown that have mushrooms in it.
I don't remember.
You follow their Instagram, right?
No.
They
have an Instagram?
They absolutely do.
Send it to me. I'll follow them. Or if not, I'll look for them later.
No, it's because, like, the friend that I got on it fucking followed them on Instagram. So, like, I didn't even know they had one either. I'm surprised the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that far from here. Where's it at?
I need to start packing for the convention, dude.
I'm just stressed about my fucking prop. That's it. Because I ordered express shipping.
How long ago?
Like 2 weeks ago.
You're screwed. I don't think it's gonna come in on time, honestly. If not, then it's fine.
No, it's because, like, without express shipping, the guy was like, it should be about like 6 to 12 days, right? Mm-hmm. And technically, it's within, like, before the con. So I was counting the days, like, even without, like, the weekends, I'm still good. Mm-hmm. And if I do express, maybe it should be here by, like, Monday or Tuesday. But UPS sent me, like, the tracking number for it, and all they have is the label printed. I'm like, I'm fucked.
Well, usually they lag it. UPS lags it a lot, too, because, what was it? For mine and Nicole's swords, they never gave us an update either. So we didn't know how far along they were until we got the update that they were literally, like, gonna be here any minute. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So you just have to hold on to hope. But then either way, too, if I'm being honest, when it comes to, like, the meetups and everything, mm-hmm. they don't even pay attention to the swords. Because there was a whole moment, too, where they were all going to take a group photo and they couldn't have their swords, I guess, because they didn't want them, or it was, like, a certain scene that they were going to do. So they're all like, how can Izuka hold all of our swords? So I'm literally right here and everybody's giving me their fucking swords. And I was just like, okay, this is great.
Okay, but this sword is unique. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know why? Because I'm holding it.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's the only time my ego's ever gonna be this high. That's it. Yeah. And I'm just stressed out about it. That's it.
Did I show you my Tashigi sword, the one with the actual metal? Yeah. Oh yeah. When Nicole brought it.
Yeah. I was right there. I was holding it.
I completely forgot, dude. It's because I bought 2 Tashigi swords, that's why.
Yeah.
I bought the one with Nicole, and then I bought the fake one at Frankenstein's, which is actual bullshit. I need to fix it up. Hopefully I can try to make it look like the real one.
I want to try to start making, like, shit for cosplays, too. Mm-hmm. Like, there's this guy, I just followed on TikTok, like, you already know, like, Final Fantasy, right? Like, the guy Cloud, the one with the big-ass sword and shit. Yeah. So he has, like, this weird metal thing on his back that he just sticks his blade to, right? So it just sticks on his back. Some dude made a prop that makes it stick like that. And I'm like, how do you make it? Like, what's the tutorial? It's like, I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm gonna. So I want to make what he made because I already have the idea of exactly what I want and how I'm gonna make it. Yeah. I just don't know how
You just need that little stepping stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of like how I am, too, when it comes to a lot of cosplays as well. Or, like, then I'll just have, like, that brain fart where I'm all like, holy shit, like, I could totally make it like this, you know?
Mm-hmm. Cosplaying is stressful.
Also, something funny at work happened yesterday. And I have to share with the class because it's just great. So I have a coworker. Her name is Nayeli, right? And you know how, like, my job has been getting on our asses about certain things? Knock shift is always bad. Hold up, I have to burp again. Okay, sorry. Excuse me. So, anyways, they're all like, every Sunday you guys need to replace the urinals. Which we're all like, okay, that's fine. It gives us extra work, but whatever. You know, sanitary reasons and everything. You don't want to keep putting your willy in this old urinal that you've been having for like 3 months, you know? So, I mean, even though they do rinse it and then they do, like, pour it down the toilet and everything, like, it's still a little gross. So, I get it. Changing it once a week.
Yeah.
But, anyways, we change it Sunday night heading to Monday at the start of the week, right? So, they told us, make sure you change them every Sunday. Well, last night, technically it was Saturday to Sunday. My coworker was all like, Denise, we need to do the urinals, because we're always reminding each other in case we forget, because then we get in trouble by our boss.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, Denise, we need to do the urinals. And I was all like, yeah, I know. And then she's all like, it's Sunday. And I was all like, yeah, but we do it tonight. She's all like, yeah, tonight. It's Sunday. So I'm going to go get them. And I was like, no, Nayeli. Like, when we come in again tonight. She's all like, but it's Sunday. And I was like, I know it's Sunday, but we do it tonight. She's like, I know, tonight, which as in right now.
Yeah.
And, dude, it was, like, a whole bickering back and forth. Like, I saw that, dude, she was getting visibly, like, angry. Like, obviously, she was trying not to, like, snap at me.
Mm-hmm.
But we were just, dude, it was literally, like, back and forth. And I was like, no. I was like, we do it from Sunday night to Monday and everything. And the reason as to why I remember is because I accidentally left them out and everything. And then our boss got me in trouble for it. Because I did what I needed to do. Even though this is HIPAA or whatever, we have to write down the room number and we have to write down the date. That's okay, right? Because it's not singling out who needs to use it, but you can't put somebody's name on it because then that's affecting HIPAA. But because it's my job, they told us at least just put the last name. If it's the last name, it's not violating HIPAA. And I was like, I don't believe that bullshit, but whatever. So, we have to put the last name, the room number, and the date to know when was the last time we changed them. So, I was in the middle of doing my changes, and I haven't had a chance to pass them out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, at least all the men, because they all have penises and they can easily pee in a urinal compared to women. So, I had accidentally left them out, and then I did get a little bit in trouble by my boss. Like, hey, don't forget to do this. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, I know. I'm just busy, as you can see. So I was like, so I remember because our boss only works Monday through Friday. And she's all like, yeah, tonight. And it was just a whole fucking back and forth. And then I was just like, okay, Nayeli. I was like, let's just do them right now. Grab them. Fuck it, we'll do it right now. So she's like, cool. We're doing it, right? I'm writing down. I'm all like, thank God that my assignment only has 3 men. Out of all my 14 patients, I only had 3 men. Almost all of hers were men. So she had to fill out like at least a good like 8 or 9 of them. I only had to do like 3. And then we were going on about our day or whatever. And then I'm like in the middle of like passing out waters, and then she goes up to me, she's like, Denise, I realize what you meant now. And I was like, what do you mean? She's all like, well, I was going to the break room because, well, she's like, I was going to the supply room to get something, and I was rethinking about our conversation, and I understand what you mean now. Sunday to Monday, we were supposed to do them tonight, as in when we come back in tonight. And I was like, I know. I was like, I know, but you were visibly getting angry, so I just decided for us to just do it today. And she's all like, really? And we just kept laughing for like another like 5-10 minutes. Like we couldn't even continue. I just kept cracking jokes. And then I was like, now I have to tell the nurses. So I'm like, can y'all believe what this bitch did? And I'm right here telling the story again. And she's right here like dying in the corner. She's like, I'm sorry. I don't know. She even called her husband because she was like visibly getting upset and everything. So she called her husband on her break. She's like, and then this is what she said and then that or whatever. So then her husband, she told me that her husband even told her, oh, so now they know how you are at home too.
Damn.
Well, she said that to me herself. So
Yeah.
I was just like, holy shit. So I was like, man, now I feel bad for your husband. She's all like, whatever.
I mean, that's like the problem with like knock shift shit.
Yeah.
Because like, when you say tonight, you mean like the next day, like in the next shift.
And then it's confusing too because since I work a 4-2 schedule, I don't have like set days, you know? Just that I work 4 days and I have two off. So sometimes I have my days off on the weekend, sometimes I don't. So they'll be like, oh, what day is it for you today? And I'm like, oh, it's my Thursday, which indicates my 3rd day.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, it's my Monday, so it's my 1st day back. Oh, it's my Friday, so it's like, even though it's literally like fucking Monday and everything, but it's my Friday because I don't get to work tomorrow, you know? So it's just so confusing too. And then one of my patients too, she's all like, "Oh, what day is it for you?" And I was all like, "Oh, it's my Tuesday." She's all like, "What does that mean?" And I was all like, "Oh, it's my second day, so you have me for another 2 days." She's all like, "Okay, cool, I like you." I was like, "Nice."
Yeah, we do the same thing for Amazon. Especially, it's even better for me because since I work Monday to Thursday, it's like my Monday, my Tuesday, my Thursday, my Friday, basically.
Yeah.
So I have to say, so easy.
Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
It's nice, but then night shift just wrecks everything.
Yeah.
I can't sleep normally anymore.
For real.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fucked. You realize that we haven't even done the intro? We just immediately started. We're like 25 minutes in.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Caffeinated Creeps. We're your hosts with the ghosts.
Yeah, we're the most professional true crime investigators, paranormal hunters out there. We don't do any mistakes. We don't mess up any words. We don't stutter. We don't mumble. Hi.
Hello. I'm Ray. This is Mr. Butternose. I didn't even get to finish introducing us.
Yeah, I know. We're just tired.
I really need to look into the UFO investigator thing.
The MUFON?
Yeah. I do.
You still gonna do it?
Dude, I'm fucking serious. Do I believe in aliens? No, the fuck I don't.
Oh
do I want to do it for shits and giggles? And I can be like, "Oh, what do you do as a job?" I was all like, "I'm a ufologist."
You know the worst part? I found that it is UFOologist.
Really?
It is not ufologist, even though it's spelled UFologist.
Ufologists.
So it would be pronounced ufologist, but people...
That makes more sense.
Yes.
And that sounds... It rolls better off the tongue instead of
UFOologist, yeah.
Ufologists. It's
Ufologist.
Ufologists.
Yeah, but it makes no fucking sense because there's no extra O.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the ologist, the UF, and then I was so mad when I found out that's how you pronounce it, and that's how you spell it. So I'm like, that's even worse.
Yeah.
So that's my correction for last episode, anyway. But today's episode, we're gonna do things just a little differently. Today I'm gonna be doing true crime. What did I do last time? I did true crime last time, right?
You did.
So I'm going to be doing it again.
Well, technically, you did a conspiracy last time.
I did do a conspiracy, yes. This time, I am... Okay, so yeah, sort of...
I was supposed to do true crime.
Yes.
But we were supposed to do a two-parter. And then I was pretty confident. And I was all like, I'll do supernatural first because it's easier. Then I checked the time and I was all like, oh dear, I don't have time to do a true crime. So I texted Michael and he was like halfway through his second notes, which was nice of him. I'm always bad, man. It's just so hard because of my schedule, man.
I mean, I've already said it like once on the show. Like, I always thought it would be easy to try to do it because like Emma and Christine always like complained. Yeah. They always complained about it.
Yeah.
Like, they had no fucking time. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you have no time? But it really is difficult. Well, I think the worst part is that we're always switching genres like every fucking week. We're switching topics every time.
Yeah.
So I think that makes it just a little bit more stressful. I mean, I already have like a list of topics.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Me too.
And I oh my god, for this true crime, I searched up the name, and then I was given a list of other names, and I found this. I will be doing a story on him. I don't know if I should tell you the name right now, just in case. I'm gonna tell you the name just because I'm gonna keep it for myself. His name was Mr. Cruel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Don't let the name fool you. It doesn't sound as cool as what he did. He is a disgusting monster.
Wow.
Absolutely heinous man.
Was that what you were telling me earlier in the car, or no?
No. That was not at all. That was something different. I forgot what that was. But I was looking at the rendition photos that people were making up for sketch artists, and I got chills. I got literal chills as I was looking at the photos.
I want to look at them so bad now.
But it wasn't like like that. It was scary. It was more like horror that somebody had to see that for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me look it up for you right now.
You know what? I don't have Twitter. I didn't bring my laptop, and I don't have Twitter on here. So I have to download Twitter so that I can finish my story from last time, too.
Like that, the first photo, that's like the main one I was looking at.
Ew, that's ugly.
And, like, I was like, okay, like, I'm not going to be doing this person, but I skimmed through what they did,
mm-hmm.
and I couldn't believe what I was reading.
Holy shit.
I was like, dude, I felt so bad for the victims. Like, it was...
Mm-hmm.
It was so bad. And then I exited the tab, I had to take a break. I was like, I need like a 5-minute breather from that.
Oh, yeah.
And then I continued on. And then I got redirected because when I searched up the person I was gonna do again, another list of names came out.
Oh, God.
So I was like, alright, sure. I mean, I'm gonna just give out like the nickname. You can do it if you want. She was called Australian's lesbian vampire killer.
What?
Yeah. And it was a wild case for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But either you take it or I take it. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But it was just really funny to to see. But yeah, I couldn't believe the story I was reading from this guy. It was really disgusting.
Yeah, I bet. Just the way that you're reacting sounds pretty heavy. Sorry, that was me. That was a login alert.
Who logged in where?
Right now on my iPad.
Oh, you want
The first tweet that pops up is from Clifford Chapin. You probably are all very surprised to hear this, but I'm back again as Bakugo in My Hero Academia.
Oh,
wow,
I'm so
I didn't
shocked.
know.
Oh, have you seen the JJK leaks?
I have, dude.
Okay, all right. So.
Oh God.
Okay.
Hold up. I'm sorry.
No. I'm gonna go make some tea real quick, and then I'm gonna come back, and we'll start that.
Well, no, because I don't want to say any spoilers on here.
No, I mean we're gonna say spoilers and
Should we just talk about the spoilers over there?
No. I'm gonna like add like a time.
Okay.
The time thing that people can skip to if they wish to skip it.
I need to borrow your whiteboard though because I wanna do a fucking timeline. Can I?
Yeah.
Or I can do it on my iPad, I think.
It's time to get rid of this. Never even.
Are you sure?
I have not done it at all.
Because if not, I can do it on my iPad. I'm pretty sure. Hold up.
Or if anything, you can do it like right here because I'm. If you wish to avoid spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 261, again to avoid 261 chapter leaks, please head over to time skip 51 minutes and 19 seconds. Thank you. Enjoy the podcast. Alright, so to kick off...
I gotta get a picture of the LGBTQ lights.
To kick off the talk of JJK spoilers, fuck Gege, right? First things first.
Okay, hold up.
I don't think he knows how to write.
Okay, I was a big fan of Gege Akutami, right? Mm-hmm. That Kat and I were bestie westies, especially after what happened to Gojo. Okay?
How dare you, first off?
Okay, because
no.
as president of the Gojo Hate Club, well, technically he's president, obviously. Because he admitted straight up that Gojo is his least favorite character and that he actually hates him. You know, like, you know, I thought we were cool. I was like, great. You know, what happened to Gojo happened.
Yeah.
We're nice. And then he fucked up messing with Choso. Higuruma, I get, because Higuruma just came out. Even though he has a big nose and he's hot, I was just like, if he dies, it's fine. Mm-hmm. And then he decided to come out with Choso. Spoiler alert, that happened.
I'm aware.
So, are you ready for this timeline regarding the spoilers? Okay,
so first things first, everybody. We'll be going deep into JJK
lore.
Chapter 261 spoilers. Alright? I will be adding like a time number for you guys to jump to. If you guys don't want to be spoiled. If you guys don't care. Proceed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you say your part first.
I think it's really bad and lazy writing on Gege's part.
Yeah.
For putting Yuta into Gojo's body.
Yeah.
Because we've seen him basically bring back some characters already from like the dead without having to use what the Yuta used, basically.
True.
And I feel like it's just like a big fucking middle finger to the fans. Because, like, he knows and we know there are definitely ways you could have brought him back without having to do what Yuta did. So I just feel like it's like a last, like, fuck you to Gojo from Gege. And then the possibility of that Yuta will probably die from this. Because it only lasts like 5 fucking minutes. I doubt Yuta's gonna survive that. This fight's like already one-sided.
I don't think so, because Yuta himself is powerful. But, like I said, okay, so Yuta's ability is to copy other people's abilities too, right?
Yeah. Well, so don't get it wrong. That he is a strong sorcerer. I'm not doubting that for sure.
But he's in Gojo's body, so not only is he powerful, but he also gains Gojo's ability.
But he doesn't have Limitless.
True, that's true.
Like, Gojo spent years mastering all those techniques. Yuta only has 5 minutes. So either like when it's over,
but at the same time, Yuta didn't barely knew how to do shit, and then he fucking killed Gato in the movie.
Yeah, but he had like a couple months of training.
True, and everything, but I mean, like, you know, he can do it. He's a grade 1 sorcerer for a reason.
I don't know, isn't he special?
So yeah, my bad. He's a special grade sorcerer for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, and then something that got me really fucked up too is the timeline. So now I finally understand the timeline, what comes with Itadori. Do you want me to explain it to you?
Sure.
Okay, so I have to do a little tree real quick to help me stay focused.
Okay, meanwhile, I also feel like... Oh, damn, I had something... I had a banger thing I was going to say. Oh, so people are like, maybe like Gojo's 6 eyes is still there. Mm-hmm. And by the time those 5 minutes are up, Yuta's soul basically is fucking dead. And then Gojo takes over, bringing him back. I'm like, yeah, that's an interesting thought. And it's a cool theory to spin on. But Gege's not going to allow Gojo to come back. Because he knows that if he brings back the strongest fighter he has, like, the story's over, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's not going to fucking do it. And that's what I hate the most, because, like, he fucked himself over from starting the series by making one of the most strongest characters ever.
In all of anime. Yeah. For real.
Mm-hmm. He fucked up so bad. And now anytime he tries to, like, defeat him...
Do you think Gojo can defeat Goku?
No.
No?
Getting past that barrier...
I'm just asking you because I know that you're a Dragon Ball fan.
No, I know.
And you're not going to be like, who's going to fight? Like, nobody can beat Goku.
Yeah. But, like, to be honest, like, the whole, like, infinity barrier between Gojo, between anything,
mm-hmm.
that's a hard thing to beat.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, with that fight with Sukuna, like, there are limits to it.
Mm-hmm.
And Goku is a strong and fast fighter. So, it won't be an easy fight. It would probably be, like, a decently long fight, but I think Goku would win for sure, but it would take some time. Just to beat that barrier. After that, it's like the moment he gets to that barrier, it's over. Because, like, even though, like, Nicole, as much as she hates on it, she has to realize that, like, Goku has trained with literal gods who are traveling so insanely fast. Like, they're moving so quick. No. I don't think Gojo can move that fast either.
Yeah. Okay. So, the main thing that I've been trying to wonder or figure out, my main question was, are Itadori and Sukuna related?
Mm-hmm.
Somehow. And then automatically, I feel like it's kind of obvious that they were related because of their hair. Why are they the only characters in the whole fucking show with pink hair? The exact same color hair too. because I looked at the true form of Sukuna in one of the manga covers, same exact color hair. So I was like, okay, there's a reason as to why they have this same exact hair. Not that like, oh, because there's a couple blonde characters, but obviously they all look different or whatever, and they haven't even started the whole, oh, they might be siblings. But it's just, I don't know, just immediately when I first started Jujutsu Kaisen, I always wondered, is Itadori and Sukuna related? There has to be a reason, because in episode 1, they said that it's very rare, like a 1 in a, million chance for somebody to be able to control, I guess, the finger that Itadori ate or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Itadori ate it and he was able to control it.
But I think he was only able to do that because, Kenjaku took one for the team and took a couple back shots. All right?
But, hold up. But, yes, true. So what happened is that when Sukuna was born 1,000 years ago, in this womb, he had a twin brother. He ate his twin brother in the womb. Okay? That shit happens when he's about to die or whatever. Him and Kenjaku make a pact that Kenjaku's gonna come back in the modern world and he's gonna help Sukuna and shit like that. And they're gonna basically, like, come back together, like, in the modern world or whatever. They're not, like, besties or whatever, but they're somehow, like, allies, I guess, because they want to watch the world burn. I get it. So that shit happens. Forget about that shit. So what Kenjaku does is he finds this woman who has been having miscarriages, and she's giving birth to curses. So what he does is he takes advantage of her, and I don't really remember much, but either he sexually assaults her and keeps forcing her to have these miscarriages to give birth to these curses, but she gives birth to 8, and they're literally just wombs, right? They're little wombs. She gives birth to 8. One of them is Choso. So Kenjaku is biologically the father of Choso, right? So that's where Kenjaku and Choso come in. Kenjaku's ability is to hop from body to body.
Yeah.
So he was able to hop into a woman. I forgot her name. But she is the wife of a man called Jin Itadori, which is Itadori's father. So they got together. They had a little tango, spicy tango. And then she gets pregnant. Kenjaku.
They had sex? No.
Kenjaku gets pregnant with Itadori. So that's how Itadori and Choso are biologically related. They're literally brothers. And then Toto's just like brothers by like
he's an adopted
friendship.
Brother.
Yeah, friendship. Yeah. And shit like that. So and Jin Itadori is the reincarnation of Sukuna's twin brother.
I feel like that's far-fetched.
He's the reincarnation of Sukuna's twin brother.
Oh, also, I think I doubt Gege will take this as an opportunity, but, like, whatever's going on, like, in the recent chapters, the Hunger Games, whatever, I don't know what...
Oh, what, the culling games?
Yeah.
The Hunger Games. I'm sorry, I was so confused. Like, the what?
Oh, that thing.
The culling game.
There's, like, a special, I think, rule where it's, like, everybody in the game has to die, right? So, a cool thing he could do, but I doubt, is that even if Yuta doesn't win the fight, but still dies, and Gojo comes back, technically, he already died. And he can just be an outsider fight in the game. I think. But then again, I don't know, like, the full fucking rules of the thing.
Trust me, I don't know either because they're so confusing. Everybody cracked jokes like when you've been reading Jujutsu Kaisen since the beginning and you still don't know the rules to the culling game. It's like being a fan of Hunter x Hunter and not knowing their whole power dynamic.
Well, people say like people still don't understand fucking curse technique, reversal, curse energy, positive. Like,
it's really hard and difficult to understand the power techniques of multiple action-filled animes and shit like that. Because I'm right here having to remember chakra and fucking Naruto. And then, I have to learn magic and fucking Black Clover and shit like that, and anti-magic and all these different spells.
Dude, I'm telling you, right, Dragon Ball Z is just so easy. It's just key. It's just energy. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's just simple.
And then with Hunter x Hunter too, it's kind of like something similar, but they call it Nen. Mm-hmm. So it's like Nen, but like what kind of Nen user are you? Like I guess there's like certain ones, and I'm like there's like this cool little test or whatever where they put like a cup of water and a leaf in it, and you put like your Nen energy to it, and whatever happens to that cup with water with the leaf in it, like something different happens. Mm-hmm. So there's one where like the water overfills, like even though there's only a certain amount of water, it starts overfilling, and then the little leaf gets cut, I believe. Just a whole bunch of crazy stuff happens, and it's really interesting, but it's so confusing at the same time. But yeah, so that's the timeline so far with Itadori. So at least now I know that Sukuna is a descendant of Itadori. Oh no, Itadori is a descendant of Sukuna. My bad.
I still want to know what the fuck happened. It's like I'm just starting season 2 finally, right? I just got past the hidden inventory arc. So I'm like, what the fuck is going to happen with Tengen? Like,
do you have any... Oh, what's going to happen with Tengen?
Yeah. Because, like... Well,
do you want me to tell you what happens in the manga with Tengen?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because, like, the one thing I hated was that they started saying, like, either a new vessel was already born that could hold Tengen, or there's already a person out there who, like, could also hold him regardless. And I was so mad because I'm like, that made the whole death worthless, basically. I was so fucking mad, dude.
And for a second you did get pissed off at Toji, huh?
I'm still pissed at him. What the fuck you mean for a second?
I mean, believe it or not, I'm still pissed off at him either, too, but, like, he's just so hot, I can't.
No! That's not an excuse! He's a deadbeat!
He's hot, though.
He's a gambler, he's a deadbeat, alright, he's a murderer.
But he's sexy.
I know for a
fact I can't change him. So I just accept them the way
I can't change him, but he can ruin me, alright?
Hell yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's horrible.
A night with him and I'm finna be crawling around the house.
Maybe that weird little worm thing that's around him.
Hell yeah, I wish I was the worm.
Ugh. That thing's disgusting.
People are so disgusting too. They like to sexualize everything and I'm like, I don't even like this anymore.
With the worm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
And I'm just like, people need Jesus. And I'm the last person to be saying that, you know. Mm. But, oh god. So, it's just really crazy too. Especially because Megumi's not coming back at all.
Yeah, I know that.
Because,
there was some girl, like, on TikTok, she's like, what about Nobara? Like, where is she? And then everyone's like, bro, it's been 4 years.
One of my theories that I hope, which I low-key doubt, was that, because they did show a picture of Nobara in a hospital bed. So I'm just like, okay, she's alive, then. That, whether she's in a coma or not, or like comatose or whatever, one of the theories that a lot of people are having too is that she's somewhere far away from the Culling Games, and she has one of Sukuna's fingers, and she's gonna use the straw doll technique on his finger, which can fucking help a lot.
That's gotta be like, I think the one thing I really hate about JJK is that the fan base has come up with so many cool theories and ideas that work amazingly well to resolve the story, but Gege's not gonna do any of that.
I think even his publicist was also kind of stressed out too and was kind of like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, because I know after the recent 261 leaks, like, after that they're going on a little break. Because right now they're in the end game, I think, at this point. Mm-hmm. So, it just sucks that, because, like, every theory that everybody spits out, you want to believe it's so bad because it makes so much sense.
Yes.
That it could be 100% done.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And it is one of the most infuriating things to see. I hate it, but fuck, the anime is so good.
It is. It really is. I really need to catch up because I haven't read any recent chapters since, like, January, I think.
No, I'm just reading all the leaks. not even like, I haven't even watched all of season 2.
Yeah, and then I find it so funny that as soon as they saw that little thing of Gojo, they're like, I knew he was coming back, it's not Gojover. And then the other leaks came out, and then everybody's all like, fuck.
I honestly, I didn't know how to really feel about that. I'm like, it just felt lazy.
It did, but at the same time, I really like it.
Like, it is a cool idea.
It is a cool idea, but is it such a weird placement? Yes.
Yeah, it didn't. Yes. Something about it just didn't feel right. Like, a lot of people just felt kind of disgusted towards it.
Mm-hmm.
And then people were like, oh, "Fuck, I don't remember her name on TikTok, but she was like, we finally got the answer to Geto's questions. That, like, he's the strongest, basically, just because
he's Gojo.
He's Gojo. That's it. So even in life and death, they still use his body as a weapon. So it's like, we got the answer to the question.
But honestly, if I'm being completely honest, the majority of everything that's going on, I blame it on Gojo.
I blame it on Gege.
I blame it on Gojo. You know why? Well, I mean, obviously, I feel like it was going to happen one way or another. So it's not entirely Gojo's fault.
No, there are a lot of outside players that started a lot of this.
But the thing is that after Geto died in the prequel, Shoko was supposed to find a way to dispose of the body because he has powers. He's a curse user. He's not a sorcerer anymore because he went to the dark side. So he's a curse user. That's what they're called. And Gojo didn't want Shoko to do that. He's all like, let's just bury him. So Gojo buried him, if I'm correct, in like an unmarked grave and shit like that. Kenjaku found it, took over his body because it wasn't disposed of properly like how a sorcerer and curse user is supposed to be done. And that's why everything's going on.
Yeah, but then you also have like the curse spirits from season 1 and 2. Oh, damn, what's his name?
You want to know what's my...
Jogo?
Yeah, Jogo.
Yeah, because then you also have him from an outside perspective collecting fingers and then force feeding it to Yuji.
Yeah.
So like, even if Geto wasn't even in there, that should still would have been done. And like, fucking the Shibuya incident still probably would have happened.
You want to know one of the endings that I really wanted to happen in Jujutsu Kaisen was for Itadori to die? Which I know is fucked up. Like, the reason as to why Itadori was even alive is because he was going to eat all the fingers and then he was going to die. Mm-hmm. And I really, really wanted him to eat all the fingers and I really wanted him to die. I felt like that would have been the perfect ending, that he did what he was supposed to do and he died.
To be fair, it took him a long time to get some type of role in the manga right now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But that's how I would have loved for JJK to have ended. For him to finally do what he did or whatever, and for him to just die. And everybody to just suffer because he died.
You are fucked up.
Yeah. But I felt like that would have been perfect because he played the perfect hero. He did what he was supposed to do, and he died.
That's not a hero, that's just dying and then Sukuna taking over.
No, Sukuna wouldn't take over if he dies.
Oh.
No,
I
the whole...
Like,
no, okay.
Like he would've.
No. Because what happens is that if Itadori eats all 20 fingers, nothing else of Sukuna is left of the world. Mm-hmm. And if Itadori is executed, Sukuna is executed as well, and Sukuna cannot come back ever. No ifs, buts, or coconuts. Literally, like, that's how it is. And that's the whole goal that they were trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. And stuff like that. And then Gojo's all like, no, I want him to live a long life or whatever. And even if Itadori were to die of old age, that's fine, because once Itadori dies, Sukuna would die as well. Mm-hmm. But Sukuna is still here because he was too powerful. You couldn't even fully destroy his body. That's why he had the fingers left over.
I feel like we can keep talking about this for a long time, but we do have to get on this.
Jesus Christ, it's 8:21.
No, not just that. We've talked about this for an hour.
That's your fault. You wanted to bring it to... You wanted to start talking about it.
Well, it's because, like, it's just... Look, we really love this series, right? The fan base is incredible.
I need you to read the manga, dude. I really need somebody to talk to about this.
I love reading mangas. I can't stand reading, like, action mangas because it's really hard to follow the panels sometimes.
Yeah, that's a reason why I'm kind of like on it, on and off,
That's
on
why.
and off.
That's why I just prefer fucking romance shit. That's where it's at. It's peak.
No, but one thing that I liked a lot, one of my favorite characters, well, not one of, he started becoming one of my favorite characters because of how badass he was getting. It's Wee Wee, Mei's brother, because he has a teleportation technique.
Right.
So
right.
So what he was doing is he was teleporting sorcerers in and out of battle, and shit like that. And then Sukuna realized it was him and tried to fight him, and then I think he was able to transport away, or I think he did get her. I don't remember. I don't remember what happened after that, but he was the GOAT for a while.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, everybody was fighting and shit like that, but he was like playing like.
Because everyone was like, "Where the fuck is Gojo's body?" Like it just disappeared basically. I still don't like Gege off screened him basically.
What? You still don't like what?
Like Gege off screened, like Gojo basically.
Yeah.
Like off of a manga panel. Like we got flashback, and then it flashed forward to fucking Gojo like on the ground. Like that's why I'm saying like he doesn't know how to write what he wrote at this point. He fucked up.
A lot of shit happened.
A lot of shit. Alright. We should get started, but just to summarize, fuck Gege.
I love you, Gege.
Fuck Gege.
No matter what, you break my heart, but you know what?
You.
No, fuck you, Gege.
Fuck you. Yeah.
I hope it's not as bad as it was for Tokyo Revengers, because Tokyo Revengers was pretty bad.
Oh, the ending?
I mean, okay, so Tokyo Revengers was good, but it's just very repetitive. So, like, it's basically, like, Crybaby Bitch is the leader of this gang because he's a crybaby bitch, and he has charisma. That's why he's in the gang. He's weak as fuck, but he has charisma. Everybody likes him because of his charisma. They end up fighting a big gang. That big gang falls apart, and then they kind of, like, adopt the members or whatever. And they all like him because he's charismatic and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just back and forth, back and forth. And then they end up fighting a super big rival gang that used to be part of the original gang. And shit happens, I guess. He goes back and forth in time and shit like that. And then, like, it's just, everybody lives happily ever after. The end. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, thanks for giving us the Disney ending. That everybody lived happily ever after. And I was all like, everybody
with a happy ending though.
I know, and I'm fine with it. I'm completely fine with the happy ending. It's just that, like, okay, so I'm gonna say it. The leader of the Tokyo Manji gang is Mikey. You know Mike. You remember Mikey, the one with the chanclas, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the villain. He ends up becoming so depressed, his dark urges come out. So he leaves the gang, starts a different gang, and they end up becoming the whole fucking Yakuza, like, murder and shit like that, like, going batshit crazy. So he ends up going back and forth in time to try to save Mikey. Everybody else has been saved. He tries to save Mikey, and he's so selfish. He, I think he misses his wedding to go try to save Mikey in the future tense. And, Mikey, what's it called, jumps off a building, and he catches Mikey. And the reason as to why he's able to go back and forth is for giving a handshake to his brother-in-law, technically.
Yeah, that's...
And then he holds Mikey's hand, and then he goes back in time again. And then you're like, what the fuck? And because he tried to save Mikey, I think another couple people died. Like, if Mikey wants to like, not be around and just be depressed and be in his own, leave him the fuck alone. You know what I mean? Like, other than that, he had a perfectly good ending. Besides Mikey, everybody else was all good and all tight and all together and shit like that. Sure, some people died that can't come back, but I mean, they were able to get through it together. They're still the group of friends besides Mikey. Mikey was not affecting them at all whatsoever. Mm-hmm. But no, because this motherfucker was selfish and wanted Mikey to be in the group, he went back in time, which ruined a whole bunch of other things, and it's just like, what the fuck?
I think that's what also... It's the time traveling aspect of that anime that kind of, like...
It really fucks you up.
No, it just took me out of it, like... like, don't get me wrong, I love a good, like... like, hero time traveling thing, saving the past so you can save the future kind of story. And that's why I fucking love Erased. But to me, I think Erased did it just a little bit better because, like, he stayed in the past for a long time until he thought he solved, like, you know, what needed to be solved. Then he was sent back. He realized that I fucked up, and then he has one more shot, just one more, because time traveling is literally killing him. I think, if I remember it right.
Mm-hmm.
So he has one more shot. So he has to go back to where he was and then restart again.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus the intro music is so fucking good too.
Yeah.
So depressing inside.
The intro music for Tokyo Revengers is pretty good too.
Good. Yeah.
I haven't seen the newest season, believe it or not, and the reason as to why is because I'm just really scared, because my favorite character, Ron Haitani, he's in it, and I'm just so scared. I don't know why. I don't want to see it. I'm gonna wait for the new new season to come out. Season what is it? Season 4 or 5?
God, they're that far in.
Yeah, believe it or not. Well, because the second season only was 12 episodes, and I think
because I hear you're the only person I know in any anime community that talks about Tokyo Revengers, dude. You're the only person.
Well, it was actually very popular for a while.
No, I know. I know it was. That's why I wanted to watch it at first. Even Marky was like, you should watch it.
He's seen it too?
Yeah, I remember him.
Fuck yeah. Marky and I should text each other, man.
He's not that big into it right now.
Ugh. Fuck you, Marky.
No, right now me and him are in Farron Journey of the End. That shit is good.
Really? I heard that it's good. I
teared up a little bit around episode 3 or 4.
The reason as to why I haven't watched it yet is because a lot of people try to hype shit up too much, just for me to be disappointed. I forgot what anime that I watched that everybody was hyping up. I watched it, I didn't like it, so I stopped watching it. So I was like, I'm gonna just wait for it to die down a bit, and then I'll watch it.
I think this one has a good amount of hype. It's not fucking One Piece hype kind of levels, you know? But it's a good, level-grounded type of hype.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of sad just a little bit. Dude, I'm telling you, I actually teared up because in one of the... It's you follow, this main, elf mage, right? And her whole hobby is... Basically, she collects what somebody else called, useless spells. And one of the spells that she collects is to make grapes sour. As bitter as they can make them, right? But then and then, in the first, episode or 2, you learn that one of her old teammates loved sour grapes. Aww. And it was oh my god, dude, I was tearing up so fucking hard at that shit.
What the fuck?
I was she learned such a useless fucking spell just for him. I'm that is so sweet.
I've been wanting to watch Delicious in Dungeons.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to too.
I heard that it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
The voice of Emily Rudd, the girl that's Nami in the live action,
mm-hmm.
she voices it.
I really love that she's getting anime roles.
Casey, the voice of Shinji from Neon Genesis, is in it too. And then if I recall, Casey's actually a trans voice actor. Hell yeah.
Really? Hell yeah.
Yeah, we love that.
So it's she, right?
No, he.
Oh, he. Okay.
Yeah. What's it called? And it's so crazy too, I think I only know 3 that are trans.
Mm-hmm.
There's Casey, the voice actor for Shinji. He's one of them. And then it's...
Yuta.
I don't know her name. Yes, Yuta. Yeah. She voices Yuta.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's
She's
also...
talented as shit.
I forgot her first name, but her last name is Quiñones. She voices Mirko. She's not trans, but she's under the trans umbrella. What's it called? She uses they, she pronouns.
What about... No, I was going to say... BA for Army, but that's... not... Yeah?
My bad. Yeah, I completely forgot. Jessie James, she voices Armin and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's why she's taking a break, because she's in the middle of doing her stuff. So, it's fine.
Yeah.
When I meet her, it's fucking on like Donkey Kong, man. I'm gonna go fucking wild. I think I'm gonna bring flowers too, like how I did for Ryan Colt.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring her flowers.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Honestly, though, I really do like her name. I think it's pretty funny, Jessie James.
Yeah, because it just gives, for me, Pokemon vibes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's one reason why I like it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, should I bring her roses? And I'll be like, prepare for trouble. Even though she has nothing to do with Pokemon.
Yeah, I know, but it's just, like, it's right
it's
there.
Just
like,
so,
it's
I just
right
feel
there.
like it's so iconic. It's so iconic.
Alright,
now can we get started?
Let's...
It's already gonna be 8, oh, yeah, it's 8:30. Oh my God.
We spent time fucking rambling. So my story is on a woman named Catherine Knight in Australia.
N-I-G-H-T or K-N-I-G-H-T?
Knight, like a actual knight with sword.
Okay,
So
cool.
K-N-I, yeah.
I was just curious.
It's just such a cool name. It's such a cool last name.
Yeah.
Wasted on a terrible
on
person.
A shitty person. Fuck you.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Catherine.
Fuck you, Catherine.
Yeah, you're gonna hate her.
I'm ready. I haven't hated someone in so long. No, just kidding. I hated on someone yesterday.
We hated somebody right now. Fucking Gege. So, being born on October 24th, 1955, in Australia, Catherine Knight's story sort of began with her parents, unfortunately, as they grew up in a very small conservative town. Her mother, Barbara, was married with 4 kids to another man when she had met Catherine's father. They would have a little secret spot in the town, which they found out, the folks people found out, and it shook their little conservative town. After this, her mother and her father, Ken Knight, fled the little town to have a little new life with her. But just because moving to a new place with a new man doesn't mean growing up was easy. Reportedly, Ken was a raging alcoholic and beat, raped, and... I forgot I mentioned that this story's going to be also like a little heavy too. That's my fault.
Trigger warning?
Yeah, that's my fault. And raped the mother more than 10 times a day throughout the marriage.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Catherine herself claims that several other family members, but not the father, also sexually assaulted her until the age of 11. The mother would often tell Catherine about these rapes in great detail, even about her sex life and how she hated sex and even men. Barbara went through so much that when it came time for Catherine for her to have relationships, Catherine would tell her mother that she didn't want to do any of these activities with the boys. To which her mother told her, quote, "Put up with it and stop complaining," unquote.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What a shitty mom. Fuck you.
Yeah, her wise words of wisdom come back later.
Fuck you, Barbara.
With troubles back home, it translated to troubles at school as well. Catherine was known for being a bully who terrorized small kids. She would often assault at least a couple people, and even one boy, at her school with a weapon. And even once injured a teacher, which was also later found out that the teacher was acting in self-defense against Catherine. But apparently, when she wasn't angry or out seeking bloodlust, she was quite the model student and would earn awards for good behavior.
I'm sorry, but how the fuck...
Does that work? I have no idea.
Jesus.
But apparently when she wasn't being an asshole, she was a good student.
Great.
She did end up leaving at the age of 15 without really learning how to read or write. She was lucky enough to get a job at a clothing factory for a while. Though she would quit this job, and a year later she would find her, quote, dream job at a slaughterhouse.
Oh.
She would... Yeah, goddamn it.
So random.
It's just like, I don't know, I had hair in my mouth.
Dream job at a slaughterhouse. I can relate.
What?
I'm just kidding.
She was so good at being at the slaughterhouse, she quickly got promotions and was even given a set of butcher knives.
I'm sorry, but how do you get promoted so quickly at a slaughterhouse? Oh, this person killed 10,000 fucking lambs within a year span compared to everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, if she does it quickly, maybe. Fuck, I don't know how, but she got promotions. Which would, so she... So, with the promotions came a set of butcher knives that she would hang the butcher knives above her bed. Catherine said that, quote, would always be handy if she needed them, unquote.
Damn.
At this slaughterhouse, she would meet her husband, David Kellett. David was known for being a heavy drinker as well, and rageful just like her father. It was pretty common for David to get into fights when he was drunk, and one day, Catherine stepped in and intervened for one of the fights. However, she didn't break up the fight. She literally continued the fight. She was throwing hands. She was throwing hands. And in this drunken state, Catherine took advantage and convinced him to marry her. During the wedding, okay. What the fuck?
You didn't say it wrong the first time.
I don't know. It sounded weird to me. During the wedding, Catherine's mother pulled David aside to give him some lovely advice about his soon-to-be wife. David said, quote, "This old girl," referring to the mother, "said to me to watch out." And this is him quoting the mother. Quote, "You better watch out this one. Yeah, you better watch out this one, or she'll fucking kill you. Stir her up the wrong way, or do the wrong thing, and you're fucked. Don't ever think of playing up on her," referring to cheating. "She'll fucking kill you," unquote. So this is him going back into the quote. "And that was her mother talking. She told me she's got something loose. She's got a screw loose somewhere," unquote.
What the fuck?
Okay. This is where things get just awful. And sure enough, the mother was right. On their wedding night, this lovely couple had sex a total of 3 times. After the 3rd time, David was exhausted and fell asleep. However, Catherine wasn't done and was angry when David fell asleep and proceeded to strangle him in an attempt to kill him. The marriage would continue for 10 years and was far from a healthy marriage. You could. She's quite the lovely person, right?
What the fuck?
Yeah, she's quite the case.
What the fuck? I have no words.
I know. I can only go for like 2 seconds and I'm done. Like, fuck.
2 pump jump.
Damn, I never thought you would actually call me that.
You said it! Hold on. You started it, so I finished it, alright?
That was a good one. That was a great one. Alright, so... one of these instances of a very unhealthy relationship. While pregnant with their first child, Catherine burned all of David's clothes
this
and
bitch
shoes.
Got pregnant?
Yep, he had the audacity to knock her up. So she burned David's clothes and shoes before she struck him across the back of the head with a frying pan because he came home late from a darts competition after he just reached the finals. David managed to reach the neighbor's front lawn before collapsing from a fractured skull. Though charges were filed, she immediately switched attitudes and managed to get David to drop the charges. In May of 1976, just some time had passed after Catherine had given birth to the first child, Melissa Ann. But around this time, David had left Catherine for another girl and moved to Queensland with her. The next day after David had left, Catherine was seen with her newborn baby in a stroller going down a main street. However, people reported seeing her violently throw and shake the stroller back and forth. So she was immediately sent to I'm not even kidding you about this name, St. Elmo's Hospital.
Our Lord and Savior Elmo.
Where she was diagnosed with postnatal depression and spent several weeks recovering. Upon being immediately released, she put her 2-month-old Melissa on a railway track just before a train was scheduled to arrive. She stole an axe and went into the local town and started to threaten to kill several people, but was caught by police and was sent to Elmo's Hospital once again. As for Melissa, she was saved by a local homeless man referred to the locals as Old Ted,
Aww.
who happened to be in the area at the time when he heard her cry. Ted had saved Melissa within minutes of the train showing up.
Good job, Ted.
Exactly. Good on Ted. Good on
yes.
Ted. Meanwhile, Catherine was able to check herself out of the hospital the very next day.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta put her in a straitjacket, man, and put her in a private room.
Dude, it gets worse from here.
What year is this, man?
Right now it is 1970.
Oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Where are lobotomies when you need them?
Like 40 years back, dude.
I'm being fucking... Dude.
Oh my god.
See, some people do need to get lobotomized, I swear to God.
I got my lobotomy at Claire's. Oh! Me and Izzy saw a bumper sticker with that shit in
I want a sticker like that.
I took a picture of it. I forgot to send it to you guys. Meanwhile, Catherine was able to check herself out the next day. Catherine was back to her wild things. She slashed a woman's face with one of her butcher knives and ordered her to take her to Queensland to go see her husband and his mistress, but now girlfriend. Luckily, the woman was able to escape when they stopped for gas. The cops were alerted, and by the time they arrived, Catherine was using a young boy as a shield and pushing her knife against the boy. But the cops were able to disarm her and save the kid unharmed. So by this point, the police took Catherine to a psychiatric hospital. There, she told police her original plan was to murder the mechanic who fixed David's car. The fixed car allowed David to leave. So basically, like, blaming the mechanic that David was able to leave her. Which is so fucked up. That's the worst way to think things. And then she was going to kill David's mother.
What the fuck?
Not even the girlfriend, just the mother.
No, hold up. I'm sorry. First and foremost, if you're dating somebody or if you're with somebody and that person cheats, don't go after the one that your partner cheated with unless they knew. You know what I mean? And were planning on it. Because a lot of the times they don't know that they're with somebody else, you know? So that's something that always pisses me off, especially when it comes to women. They immediately want to fight the mistress, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why the fuck are you fighting the mistress? Fight your man for cheating.
I think at this point he wasn't cheating. I think he left her.
Yeah.
And then moved away with this new girl.
Yeah, and still, it's not her fault. It's his fault. No, but like...
What? Whoa, what?
Wait, that sounded really, really bad.
This man has a fractured skull.
No, I'm talking about like I'm not talking about here. You know what I mean?
Oh, just like, you mean just like in general?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, what did this man do
I'm
to
sorry.
you?
I'm sorry. I will never condone domestic violence. What the fuck? No,
I mean, to be fair, like David and himself, like he's not perfect either. Like this man this man also heavily drank and was rageful too.
Yeah, I understand that, but it still doesn't give you an excuse to be violent towards your partner.
No excuse.
And if that were to happen, then you just try to leave. I know it's not easy, but...
And he tried, and now she's tracking him down.
Yeah. People are crazy.
Yeah, they are.
She really needs a lobotomy.
So after all this, David left his girlfriend and moved back in with Catherine, but this time also brought his mom. Which was a dumbass move.
I bet.
Just in general. On March 6th, 1980, she had another girl with David. And in 1984, she took the kids and left David.
Why is he still procreating with her? Well, I mean, I feel like he kind of has to.
I feel like he's trapped, but then she just basically up and left at the same time. So she took the kids. After all this shit, she's the one who left. I guess she wanted the satisfaction of just like leaving. Catherine would have 2 more relationships and even 1 more baby boy with one of these men before landing on her third boyfriend named John Price. She met John around 1995 when she was cheating on her ex at the time, but like her boyfriend, who was named John Chillingworth. So Price already had a failed marriage prior to it and had 2 kids living with him. According to Price, his 2 kids already liked Catherine and got along with her. Price was well aware of her past and even admitted that despite the violent arguments every now and then, he said, quote, life was a bunch of roses, unquote.
Wow.
Later in 1998, Catherine and Price were having one of their most heated fights over the fact that at the time he refused to marry her. So to get back, Catherine taped the house of anything. Catherine recorded the house and things that Price had stolen from his job. Though to be noted that things that he took from the job were already thrown away. So he wasn't really breaking any rules from the job. So Catherine sent the footage to Price's boss and they fired him, being a local employee for a hospital of 17 years. So Price kicked her out of the house and Catherine moved back into her own home.
I'm sorry, but what the fuck was he stealing to warrant somebody kicking him out? I mean, getting fired. You know what
they were, I think, not used, but like expired, like medical kits. So they were thrown away already. Like they were basically worthless, right?
Yeah, but I still feel like I don't know.
I mean, he shouldn't have taken them regardless, but he still took them. Technically, he didn't break any rules.
Yeah.
But she was still crazy enough to send that to his boss, which got him fired.
It's kind of like those people at Bath and Body Works, how they destroy the product before throwing it away because they can't take it.
Yeah.
Shit like that. It's dumb.
Or like I think was it PetSmart?
Oh,
Where
I
think they like slash like the dog and cat beds so like nobody can take them home when they throw them away.
The food.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah. Just donate it. Like fuck. Right. The fuck was I at? Okay, so Price kicked her out of the house, and then Catherine moved back into her own home. Several months later, Price would spark up the relationship once again, but refused Catherine from ever moving back in. She must be one hell of like a manipulator to like, or maybe do something that these guys just want, because they just want to be in that relationship.
Not gonna lie, my coworker, she's a little bit of a toxica. She's batshit crazy. She did admit to calling her, her fiance, but her ex at the time, that they got together, but she called him and she's all like, I drank bleach, you better come get me and take me to a hospital. Did she drink bleach? No, she just wanted his attention. But she's crazy, and she's batshit crazy, I think. And I'm just like, damn, I feel like these guys kind of like the toxic. But at the same time, we don't know like what these guys look like. I'm sorry, but what if these guys are like total like...
No, these are like average looking guys. They're decently looking.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're not bad. They're not like ugly or anything. Mm-hmm. But it's just like...
And in no way, shape, or form am I blaming these men at all. No. Just want to emphasize.
Yeah, because the previous statement like earlier.
Yeah. I know that's really fucked up. I really hope
Mm-hmm.
nobody got any... I swear.
No, but it's just like... I don't know. I know there are some guys who are like, I want them crazy. Like, I want them to stab me. I want them to do this and that.
I'm like, no, you don't.
Like, yeah. Like, it's just... That's a horrible way to think. But I guess some people just...
And that's... Honestly, though, like, even though they joke about it, that's a scary way to think. Because it reminds me a lot of the little girl killer and everything, because of how obsessed he was with like violent pornography and like horror movies and shit like that. Like that helped him get more crazy, you know what I mean? So it's just, yeah.
Alright. So, at the beginning of February of 2000, after having another fight which resulted in Price being stabbed in the chest, he once again kicked Catherine out of the house. On February 28th, he went to a local courthouse and filed a restraining order on her and then went to work. That afternoon at work, Price informed his friends and co-workers that if he did not return the next day, Catherine had killed him. After work, Price returned to an empty home. He found out that Catherine had sent the kids to a sleepover at their friend's house by a note she left behind. Feeling uneasy, Price went to the next door neighbor to spend the rest of the evening with the neighbor, before going back to his house at around 11 p.m. Later in the night, Catherine came into the bedroom with the new black lingerie that she had bought. She woke him up, they had sex, and then Price fell back asleep.
What the fuck? Why?
I guess she has to have her fix. I don't fucking know.
Or maybe he thought that if he had sex with her, she would be like lovey-dovey with him and he'd be safe.
That like all things were good, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the manipulation tactics.
At around 6 a.m., the neighbors were worried that they found Price's car still in the driveway. And so his friends were also calling the police to check on Price's well-being when he didn't show up for work. In the middle of the night of February 29, 2000, Catherine woke up, grabbed one of the many butchering knives that she had always kept by the bed, and proceeded to stab Price 37 times in the chest and on his back. According to forensics, Price did wake up, turn on the lights, and try to rush out of the room and open the door, but didn't make it far as he bled out from the wounds. According to forensics too, that he tried to fight Catherine off, but like she was just strong. just like a really strong woman.
I'm pretty sure like when you work at a slaughterhouse or whatever, the meat, they're pretty heavy.
Yeah. All right, so he bled out from his wounds. Shortly after this, Catherine went out to withdraw $1,000 from Price's bank account and returned home. After returning to the house, Catherine dragged Price's body downstairs, to which she skinned him, hung his skinless body on a meat hook in the living room. She then decapitated and cut up pieces of his body, to which she decided to cook in a stew-like dish with potato, pumpkin, beets, zucchini, cabbage, yellow squash, and gravy. She served 3 plates in total, with 2 being set at the dinner table, with notes next to the plates, while the third being out by the kitchen, which was half eaten. Catherine couldn't bring herself to finish it. She laid down next to what remained of Price's body, took a very large number of sleeping pills, and passed out. When the police arrived, Catherine was still passed out next to Price's body. Once they cuffed and detained her, she claimed she had no memory of the night. As police scoped the scene, they found Price's head in a boiling pot in the kitchen with all the mixed vegetables. On the dinner table were the 2 plates with names on the letters Catherine had planned to feed Price's 2 kids their own father. They even found a bloody note next to a picture of Price with a bit of flesh right next to it that read, quote, "Time got you back, Jonathan, for rapping." She put rapping instead of... It was supposed to be raping.
Mm-hmm.
"My daughter. You to Beck, Price's daughter. For Ross.
Mm-hmm.
For little John, Price's son. Now play with little John Dick, John Price."
What?
Yeah. It's a very messy note.
Uh-huh.
Since, remember, she didn't really learn how to read or write.
Yeah.
So it's... like the whole note is, "Time got you back, Jonathan, for rapping my duder. You to Beck, for Ross. For little John. Now play with little John Dick, John Price." There's no commas or nothing. Like, it's like a one fucking sentence thing.
Mm-hmm.
It is horrible, but basically saying, like, she's kind of teasing, like, little John, eat your father, basically. Like, eat his little John.
Mm-hmm.
In October of 2001, her trial started, but never got far, because at first she was pleading not guilty, but by the time of the trial, she changed her verdict to guilty. When the judge ordered her to be escorted to prison the same day, the judge marked on her papers, quote, "Never be released," unquote. For the first time in Australia, a woman was given a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
Damn.
In 2006, Catherine tried to fight the life sentence ruling, claiming it too harsh for a punishment for the killing, but was obviously denied. She is still in prison to this day.
She's alive?
She is very much alive, which gave her the name the Hannibal Lecter of Australia.
You know what? I feel like I'm kind of glad she's alive and she didn't die due to, like, sickness. I'd rather her rot for a long time
Mm-hmm.
and then die of natural causes. Or getting shanked. I'm fine with either. But, like, because usually sometimes, a lot of the times when we read stories of, like, serial killers, they, like, end up getting sick, like, 10, 15 years after, and then they end
Or
up dying.
sometimes it's, like, too late for them to serve their sentence or some shit like that.
That, too.
Yeah. But it was... wild story, huh?
Honestly, it wasn't that long, but that's fucking sick, man.
Yeah, she's...
What the heck?
She is a nasty woman who... honestly, if Price never told his coworkers about, like, if he never showed up the next day, it was most likely that...
I feel like she maybe would have done something to the kids.
No, she was going to feed him to the kids.
No, yeah.
Yeah, but then also, she was going to do something to the kids for sure, because I didn't add this part in, because it made... like, it was a weird detail, but now that now that we're talking about it, I kind of... it makes a little bit more sense. She was recording, like, her and the kids.
Recording?
Uh-huh. Because remember, this is like 1990... No, this is like 2000 now at this point.
That's when they came out, so everybody was really into recording shit.
Yeah, but basically, when the cops took the video for evidence, they felt like it was more like a will that she was recording.
Mm.
And the article I was reading it from, like, they said it felt more like a will.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't know how am I gonna add this in. Like, it didn't feel. I don't know where to put it.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense now the way like after we discussed it a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe that's why it didn't feel right. Maybe I needed to talk about it, and then it made more sense.
Yeah.
So I think, for sure, I think she was going to feed him to the kids, probably end up killing the kids, and then most likely killing herself in the process. Or maybe just moving on. She's the wild card.
Yeah. Alright. So my story... It's actually kind of sad. But at the same time, it's kind of funny, in a way. So, I am covering a Latin American cryptid. Mm-hmm. Right? And I was watching this creator. He likes to do like, I mean, he's just like a regular TikToker and everything. He's all like, oh, the top 5 like cryptids in like the most popular Latin American cryptids. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then people were complaining that like all the cryptids that you're talking about from like Latin America or whatever are all from Mexico. Like they'll like branch out a bit, you know, like. So he's all like, fuck it, I'll branch out a bit. He's all like, we're gonna cover El Sibon, all right? El Sibon. He's also known as the Whistler. Okay. Which at first I feel like whistling kind of is scary. A bit. Well, because, you know, I'm just a little bit scared of it. The act of whistling does not scare me. I am not going to hear some motherfucker down the street and go, hey, whistle. No.
He's whistling at me. No. Guards, no. He's whistling.
No, but if you're like for example, like if you're fucking camping in the middle of nowhere and you hear a whistle,
yeah,
y'all like, what the cinnamon toast fuck? Yeah. Let's get out of here. So, you know, that's what's scary and everything. So, this story originates in Venezuela.
Fuck yeah, okay.
Hell yeah. Go Venezuela.
I want to just like quickly interject before I lose this train of thought. So I was gonna do like an urban legend from Canada, right?
Ooh.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think I know any.
I don't think we've covered any from Canada.
No. So I was like, let me look some up. And I was like watching this YouTube video, and it's like number 10. It's like something like from the mines, and then like started like the description like this miner, and I went miner. Because like, but like the thing is, I was singing it in the tune of Kendrick's "Not Like Us." So it was
miner. And it's funny too because when he says A minor.
It's in the key of A minor, yeah.
Minor. Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so great. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Continue.
Yeah, and then a lot of musicians were like pointing that shit out, and I was like, I'm a musician, and I didn't know that because I played drums. I don't play, you know, like the piano or like the guitar, like the bass. So I don't have keys.
And then people were pointing out like Drake's diss towards that was that he's like, you need a B sharp. There is no B sharp.
Yeah.
Like, technically, there's no B sharp.
Yeah.
It would be more like, I think, C minor? Or I think like a C major, something like that. So he's like, what a useless fucking diss.
Okay, so, going back to my story.
My apologies.
No, it's fine. It is completely fine. So, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to, like, set the vibes, you know? So, you gonna bring out the lamp?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Okay, this is perfect. All right. Ooh, look at you doing the little trick that the conductor did.
Never gets old.
I know, right? That's so cool. When we go this year, we have to take them again. Hell yeah! All right. So, I'm just really bad at describing stuff. So imagine you're in Venezuela, and if you wonder, how the fuck is Venezuela? It's covered in savanna vegetation, okay? It's flat and it's tropical. You're in the countryside, like I said earlier, in the Llanos region, and it's dark, and suddenly you hear whistling. Then you see a tall, towering, thin creature as he walks the countryside carrying a large bag with the bones of his victims. Since you've already heard the whistle, you're basically screwed.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, El Sibon is a disgusting, disfigured man who's more than 3 meters tall or over 9 feet 10 inches.
God,
roughly.
Damn.
Yeah. He has elongated limbs and carries a sack slung over his shoulder. You know how I told you earlier about a doctor?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Emily Zarka, host of Monstrum. You know her?
No, like, it's like, like everything's finally coming back. Like,
yeah, says he's a malevolent ghost with a very real physical presence. And this is the result of him being cursed by his grandfather for killing his own father. Which kind of reminds me of La Sayona and everything, because she killed her mother, if I recall, because she thought that her mother was having an affair with her husband. And then I believe it was her grandmother that cursed her and said, oh, because you killed, like that, you're going to be killing all men that cheat or whatever. So anyways, he was cursed by his grandfather for killing his own father. And like I said earlier, he wanders the plains of Los Llanos region, which is a large area with tropical grasslands bordered by the Andes Mountains in the north and west and the Amazon rainforest in the south. There are a couple of different versions of the story, and a quote I liked a lot from Juan Fernandez Guebared is he's a monster enthusiast, this dude. He was being interviewed by the doctor, by Dr. Emily, and he's a monster enthusiast, and he actually has a show on HBO. It's like an animated series, and I think it's called Myths and Legends of Latin America. And it's just a cool animated series where they talk about like the cryptids. And I kind of want to watch it because it seems pretty cool. The art style seems pretty cool too.
I mean, you got my...
Yeah.
You got my comment.
Yeah, and he says each era vomits the monster it needs.
Ooh.
Which is...
That's fucking hard.
It's fucking sick. Like, the more you're like, holy shit. Like,
that's a bar.
That's right.
That's a bar.
So, all of these stories end in the same way, though. Like I said earlier, he killed his father, and he's cursed by his grandfather. So, one of the versions said that by boy, I mean, I'm assuming like a young man. So that's where they say boy sometimes, or they say young man.
Yeah.
So, in one version, it says that this boy killed his father because he wanted to eat a deer, and his dad couldn't hunt this deer and kill it for him. So he decided to kill his dad for that. And there's another version that says that the father killed a prostitute that the boy was in love with, and in return the boy killed his father. And there's also a few versions where El Silbon's father seduced or assaulted his daughter-in-law. Okay. There's another which says... Oh, what happened?
I was gonna move this.
Oh, my bad. There's another which says that he killed his daughter-in-law not because she was a prostitute, but because she was a bit promiscuous.
Oh.
So,
okay.
In all these versions, after the young man kills his father, the grandfather catches him, tortures him with the whip, washed his wounds with aguardiente, and you know what that is?
That fucking sounds familiar.
It's alcohol. It's just like a certain alcohol.
Okay.
So aguardiente is alcohol, and he then released him to hungry rabid dogs.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why he has his whole like disfigured, mangled corpse is because of the dogs. And I'm pretty sure the whiplashings. After that, he's cursed to walk the earth, roaming roads, carrying his father's remains in the sack, and murdering drunks, partygoers, womanizers, and cheaters while whistling his little melody.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Many people believe that the reason he targets womanizers and cheaters is self-explanatory. His father killed or seduced / assaulted the woman he loved. And the reason he goes after drunks is because of the alcohol from his grandfather, probably. Another thing about El Silbon is that he likes to toy with his prey. So there's actually a story of a rancher that claims to have seen El Silbon. So,
it was like an actual account, basically.
Well, that's just what this guy was saying, the Juan guy. Because what he did is that, yes, he speaks Spanish. I don't know if he had a Venezuelan accent, I'm being honest. it was a little hard because his accent was so strong in Spanish I could barely understand him. So I tried reading the captions, but I'm assuming their caption team tried captioning it a little bit differently compared to what he was saying.
Yeah, like a rough translation.
Yeah. What's it called? But the thing is that he was talking in English, but his accent was just so strong, and he wasn't using English grammar like correctly,
right, yeah.
Because obviously it's not his first language, so I don't blame him at all. But I don't know. I guess the people that were translating were trying to translate what he was saying in a correct way, but it just ended up screwing with my mind because I'm like, I can't understand him, so I want to hear. Even if he was saying shit fucked up, I would understand him either way. But because they were both, it was just difficult to understand. Uh-huh. But essentially what he did, the whole purpose of that little interview was that he's been to Venezuela. He's been to Latin America over there because that's where he's from. And so he was able to talk to the locals about shit like this. So there's a story of this rancher and he was hosting a party. And there was this dude that planned on going. But since the plains are dangerous at night because of all the animals and shit like that, his friends warned him not to go. And this man insisted that he could protect himself. He has a machete and shit like that. He's all like, I'm fine. So he decided to go off with his horse and shit like that. And the horse was fast. I mean, nothing was wrong until until they stumbled across the stream and the horse stopped. And the man ended up hearing a whistle at a distance, and he tried calming his horse, but the whistling got farther, spooking the horse, which ended up flinging his owner off and running away. So he was basically just right there on the floor, like, fucked up and injured. Uh-huh. So the whistling, like I said earlier, faded, so he tried to get up, and he turned, and he saw El Sibon. And he was able to see his long disfigured body, but not his face. And El Sibon ended up hitting the man with a stick. And even with the machete, the man wasn't able to defend himself at all. And honestly, like, I don't know. I really don't understand. I mean, obviously it's a cryptid. It's a monster. He's like 9 feet tall. But still, like, you couldn't go for, like, the legs, the shin. You know what I mean? But I feel like everybody tries to, like, well, if that was me, then I would do this or I would do that. You know what I mean?
But I mean, like, if you're in the moment, like, you're not going to be thinking.
Sometimes, like, honestly, you'll be freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I understand if people do, like, the fight or flight or just stay still.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah. So essentially, El Sibon beat the shit out of him.
God damn.
And left him there, walking away, laughing. The man got up again and eventually found his horse and continued his way to the party. Yeah. When he got there, everyone asked what happened to him, and when he explained, the host of the party said that he had stumbled across El Sibon. And that he was lucky because he rarely lets his victims live. Shit. It is said that when you hear his whistle close by, then he's far. And when you hear it far, then he's close.
I've fucking heard of that part before. Mm-hmm. I think there's like a specific... That's a banger. There's, I think...
What is it, last one, alright?
Yeah. There's another, I think, Mexican legend, like, cryptid that I think uses that same thing. Where it's like, if you hear it wail from afar, then it's close. If you hear it close, then it's far.
Wasn't that La Llorona? Or no?
No, I think we've also talked about it before. And I can't remember exactly what it is. It's either that or it's this specific one that I'm thinking about. Like, this is the one that I just don't remember the name of. Mm-hmm. Shit.
So, what's it called? So, if you hear whistling, if you're at your house and you hear whistling, like, outside and shit like that, and if you don't do anything to drive him away, then someone in your household will die.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. A for sure way to drive him away is if you have a pet dog, because he hates the animal because it tortured him.
Yeah,
you know?
that makes sense, yeah.
So he's basically, like, scared of dogs, which I think is pretty unique compared to most cryptids, because you'd think that this fucking cryptid is just gonna kill the dog out of, like, hate, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, like, especially for...
I guess cryptids have trauma, too.
I was gonna say, for, like, Latin cryptids, usually it's always like praying to God or using like a rosary or something. But like to use a physical animal, basically to scare it off. That is a very good, unique way to tear.
Yeah. So they believe that Juan, you know how he was talking to the locals?
Yeah.
He asked how this legend started, and supposedly it is based on a person named Joaquin Flores, who probably committed a similar crime around 1850. And since an event of this nature is rare, they took advantage of the murder of the story, and it echoed so that similar events would not be repeated. I know I said that really fucked up.
No, I got it.
You understood? Okay.
Yeah, I got it. But if you want to, like,
cool.
just repeat it just in case, it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, like, for example, like, an accident happens, so a lot of people, they're like, oh, this accident happened because of, you know, like, you're on your damn phone, you know? So then now every parent is telling their child, like, don't go on your phone or else this is gonna happen. That's basically what happened.
It's a warning story, basically.
Yeah. And, so, you know, like, I guess the reason as to why they were able to distinguish it from that far ahead is because of the distinct hat that he wore. It matched the ranchers a lot from the beginning of the 19th century. And since 1974, an annual Venezuelan music festival celebrates El Silbón and Llanero folklore.
Oh, they celebrate it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Huh.
And he also has a statue in a Venezuelan theme park. He has his own horror movies, and
I feel like we have to see that.
I'm gonna try to look into it.
No, keep going. They reminded me of something.
Or maybe there's horror movies that are inspired like him too.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
At work, every now and then I'll come across like totes, right? And they'll have like movies and DVDs and Blu-rays, right? And every now and then you'll find like these golden gems of like off-brand movies that are produced by like really small people, right?
And they're just as good. Indie films.
I would not say good. That is not the word I would describe. They're quickly thrown together movies, right? I can't say if they're good, so I would not know. But they look cheesy. And I came across this one because it looks so bad. I kind of want to see it. It's called 8213 Gacy House. In 2004, a film crew set out to find the ghost of John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy?
John Wayne Gacy.
Jesus.
They did. But it's like, you can tell it's like a cheesy, like first-person camcorder film, found footage film, and it just looks so bad.
I feel like found footage films kind of like fuck me up.
The Paranormal Activities one, I'm telling you, you watch them all, you're gonna get a headache.
I want to. The only thing is that I don't like watching paranormal horror movies. I like watching like bloody gore slasher horror movies.
There's a good one on Amazon Prime. You need to watch it not too long ago. It's a really good one. My
coworker is telling me to watch a horror movie called Hangman. She said that she's all like that one, and she really loves horror movies. She's like, that one low-key messed me up. And I was all like, oh.
That's because like there's a the one that we watched. It was like a third installment to like a movie franchise, right? But it's not like all connected. The premise is like it's this group that has a famous haunted house that they make like every Halloween, right? And in this location, like shit is weird. Like the basement, it's always like the basement, and it's like sort of like it's like found footage, but it gets like gory and kind of spooky. Like it's a really good one. You might enjoy it because it also has like a good like haunted house themed to it. You might enjoy it. I'll have to find it.
Okay. Oh, El Silbón is also referenced in a 2003 speech by former Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez.
No fucking way.
Yeah. And he left a high impact on pop culture, and he's still the talk of the town in the Llanos prefecture.
No fucking way.
A lot of teens like to crack jokes about him and everything, but if you seriously ask them if they're scared of El Silbón, they all say yeah. But they just crack jokes about it, I guess, to like cope. You know?
Yeah.
Because you know how like we crack jokes and everything about La Llorona and Cucuy and shit like that?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
But are you scared of it? Maybe. True. But I don't know. I guess over there, since that's where they're from, they really do. They crack jokes, but they are really scared of him.
I mean, I did when I forgot what story we covered where I talked about. It wasn't La Llorona. It was a way different one where I talked about. I told my parents, like, what did you use to scare us as kids? Because I don't remember them using La Llorona, El Cucuy, like nothing like that. And they're like, nothing. Like, we never really. You guys are never really bad kids, so we never really used anything. And I was like, what about you? Like, what about your guys'. Like, what did grandma and grandpa do to you guys? And for them, they're like, it wasn't really like Cucuy either. No, La Llorona. But it was like local gypsies that would actually come by and steal children.
What the fuck?
That was an actual threat to the towns, because there was like this train that went by the towns, and
and that's fucking so quick to snatch and then just go.
But it's not just that; it was also like they would set up circuses, like to perform.
Fuck.
So they would use that opportunity, like as they left, to go grab kids. And I was like, Mom, what about you? She said the exact same thing. And like my mom and dad's towns are far. So the fact that they still have like the same like story and threat, which was wild.
Dang.
So it was interesting to find out like that no one used it like in their little hometowns. Right
now, you were referring to basically like what did you guys used to scare me or like to scare us or whatever. It kind of reminds me a little bit of actually like part of a horror. I started reading this horror webcomic. I literally was only able to read the first chapter because I ended up getting busy at work, so I could not read the rest. I only read one chapter.
Yeah.
It was a super small chapter. It was the beginning, the prequel or whatever. And basically, it was this kid, and his mom's like, make sure you brush your teeth, or else the tooth fairy is going to take your teeth whether you like it or not. So, what's it called? Like, if you're a good kid and if you brush your teeth and your tooth falls off, they'll give you money. But if you don't brush your teeth, the tooth fairy's still going to take your teeth whether you like it or not, and they'll be on you. So, this kid is wanting to brush their teeth but kind of doesn't want to, and the lights flicker off in the bathroom. And then you can kind of hear, like, the tooth fairy talking, like, or whatever, like, just little buzzes or whatever. And the kid's wondering, like, what the fuck is going on. And the light turned back on and everything, and they see this figure. And they freak the fuck out and shit like that. And they tried to run away. And then they do, like, a quick glance, and then the tooth fairy's gone. And then they're like, okay, that's weird. And when they open the door to the bathroom, like, I guess to leave the bathroom, the tooth fairy was there. But the tooth fairy looked so grotesque and ugly. Like, they had, like, fucking, like, just a necklace filled with, like, teeth and everything. And then they're like, your teeth aren't clean, but your teeth will do either way. And shit like that. And then just fucking kills this kid and takes his teeth.
That's fucking gross.
I feel like if I have kids, I'm gonna say that. Brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth. And if your tooth falls off, I'll pay you. But if you don't brush your teeth, they're gonna fall off, and the tooth fairy's gonna take them all. I'll freak them out.
Brush your teeth, or Gege will come in your room. Just tell you horrible stories.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Damn, that's actually interesting. I want to like start like watching like short story movies, like shot in film, like the kid from The Walking Dead, Carl. He was in a short, like a 9-minute short film about Spider-Man, and I watched it. It was pretty good. Like, it was really, really good.
I like those, and I like the animated ones. Like, if you go see a Disney movie, they have like an animated short film from Disney.
Yeah.
Like the one where it's like the mother, how she gives, like, she has a little dumpling son.
I love that one.
That one's so sweet.
Yeah.
I really, really like that one. There's like another one with like little birds and shit like that. Yeah. It's just really, it's really, really cute. I like those a lot.
But like, I don't know why, I've been watching a lot of like horror ones. Cause...
Did you see the original Saw? The 20-minute one?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
That one was pretty good.
No, but with the Carl, like, Spider-Man one, like, it was like a good, like a what-if story, basically. Because it went from, like, not him getting spider powers, it was him turning into a spider.
Oh, what the fuck?
And it was gnarly, because, like...
Send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. And then, like this is nasty, and at the end of the credits, like you see him fully formed. I think what I think is chasing down Mary Jane. So I'm like, that's fucking interesting. Yeah. And then I watched like two more where it's like this girl is in a weird like curve. I don't know. It's like there's this big pit in front of her, right, and across from her, it's like a smooth, curved wall, and she's in like another exact same curved wall. Like it only goes like a slight little curve, and then it's like a 90-degree straight up to like the floor above her. And she's trying so hard to escape, but it's basically meaningless. And it's like the horror aspect because you can hear like buzzing like in the pit. It's pitch black dark in the pit, and you see her like struggling so fucking hard, and then it starts to rain, and then like it just basically cuts out at that point.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I want to start getting into those too, but I've been really obsessed with like the TikTok ones, or like the ones you see like off of there.
Yeah.
That are like a minute long or like 30 seconds long and shit like that.
Some people are insane.
They're really, really good.
Yeah.
One thing that's been getting very popular is just like the Uncanny Valley ones. Or maybe it's just because it happens to pop up now because I was getting into the Uncanny Valley for a bit.
That's actually something Marky wanted me to bring up to you. He's like, he wants us to do like a series or like live reactions of doing, because there's something called the Mandela catalog on YouTube, and it deals with something like that with like
the Bernstein Bears and the
no that's
the Mandela effect.
Yeah, but this is like Uncanny Valley sort of, where it's like this weird phenomenon is going on in this world where like there's this weird invasive set of creatures that look like us, right?
Yeah.
And depending on their nature, it's either close to us, like looking like us, or wildly deformed. Like it'll be like 7 feet tall, the arms don't match, the jaw could be crooked, and it's like creepy.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. Wendigoon's actually like done a couple episodes on it, and it's a really great series. But he wants us to like do stuff like that, like they're called analog horror.
Yeah, I love analog.
So he's like, you guys should research and do like episodes on that, or like react to that. And I was actually close to doing a story about for a creepy caffeinated chronicle story. Yeah, so I still might do that.
I feel like it's just a little bit, I don't know.
Cause like it's not. I just like the ideas behind it. Cause it's not like typical like Hollywood horror.
Yeah.
It's something fresh, and it is unique. A lot of fucking brain power goes behind those fucking things.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Something that I do like a lot that a lot of people find it cheesy now that's been overused is kind of like the horror that's kind of like cutesy, like kidcore, you know what I mean? Like FNAF and everything, like, you know, or like Poppy's Playtime and shit like that, like, and a lot of people, they're like, oh, it's so overused now or whatever, but honestly, it's probably one of my favorite genres, like, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and shit like that, like, I really do be fucking with that. Welcome Home. I don't know exactly what genre of horror that's called.
I'm gonna just call it. I mean, I'm sure it has an actual name, but I'll just call it like innocence, like horror of innocence. I don't know.
Let me see.
Because like, basically, it's supposed to bring horror to the fact that something that's supposed to be innocent can cause like so much fucking horror. So, like with Chucky. I don't think you've watched the Chucky films at all.
I haven't.
Which you should. Believe it or not, Chucky's a progressive father. He's woke.
I love that. I've seen a lot of clips, believe it or not. I just haven't sat down to watch it.
But yeah, because like it's like he's a normal looking doll that's innocent, and then fucking shit happens. Great fucking movies. Great movies. Second one's fucking perfect. What's the third? No, I'm right. Second one. Yeah. You know, when you're describing your story, I was picturing like the recent killer from Dead by Daylight a little bit.
I have not gone to watch Dead by Daylight. Anything.
It got into some controversy too for like the stupidest reason, but it's called The Unknown. And it, like, no one knows what it looks like, but what it does is that when it kills somebody, it basically like steals the skin, and it tries to morph like into the skin, but it's clearly too big to fit in it, and it looks grotesque, and it like cracks every time it moves, basically.
Hell yeah.
And it's disturbing. It is. People were like, it's probably the first killer they've introduced that actually invokes horror. Like, people were creeped out from it. And that's like, when you're describing it, I'm like, I'm getting a lot of that vibe. If you look at it like later on,
maybe it's inspired by it. Well, like I said, because of pop culture, it does have a lot of references.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming there's a couple of serial killer or like horror movies that do involve a whistler.
Yeah.
You know.
Horror stuff, man, so good. We gotta have like a horror binge marathon.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
We gotta like get like a top 5 movies of ones that you haven't seen, and see those. Do you want to wrap it up, or you just want to talk a little bit more? Because I know you have like an hour.
Do I?
Basically.
Oh damn! I do. Look at that.
We can make this a really long episode.
No, it's fine, because then it's a lot for you. I feel bad. Alright. That's fucking sick, bro. Yeah. Do you want to start looking into like the analog horror right now when we're done? I'm down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
There's one, fuck it, I'll just like tell you straight up like what I was gonna do. It's Godzilla themed.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's so interesting and like a weird, creepy tale that someone just started making. And it's like, fuck, do I just tell you? Because it's still ongoing, so like, yeah, fuck it. So, it starts with like the original like Godzilla movies, right? When they needed to make like Godzilla destroying like the city or like the towns or whatever props they made, they had a real life scale person in a suit destroying the stuff. So in this analog horror setting, it's in same thing, but the person wearing the suit really loved the suit and would basically never take it off. And every time like someone would try to call him out like by name, he would never answer. He would just be like, just call me Godzilla. Or
very Jared Leto of him.
Yeah, very.
Jesus fuck.
And so they would just start calling him like Godzilla or whatever. And then one day, like, he would even try to take like the suit back home with him, basically. Like, he just really loved the suit. And one day they tried to get him out of the suit, and as they proceeded to start taking like the suit off of his back, he started screaming in pain. It
morphed into his body. His skin.
His skin was starting to like evolve and morph with the suit, filling in the empty space of the suit. So, like if you were to kind of look through the suit, you would just see like the man standing like, in the suit. But his body was taking shape of it. So like his skin was starting to become like the tail, like the rough spine edges and everything.
Wow.
And it was like this weird phenomenon that was happening. And in this analog horror, they kept him and hid him away. But they still used him for the other movies, regardless of him being like in pain. And then, as far as I'm aware, they also had like other suits for other monsters, and the people who were dressed up as those monsters also had the same effect. They started to morph into the suits and started to adapt like the personality of the monster.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's weird.
Holy shit.
But it's like cool, mysterious, but it's also like dumb. Yeah. Like analog horror, and I kind of like it.
That's interesting. Oh shit, that manga that I was talking about on my story, the Summer Hikaru Died. I don't know if you saw it.
I don't think so.
Well, they're gonna release an anime based off of a manga series, which is pretty wild because there's only 4 books out.
Not a lot.
And I think it's only 3 mangas and a novel. Which, I mean, if it's a novel, fuck it, whatever. You know, I'm pretty sure it might be like a 12 episode anime, maybe. But it's called The Summer Hikaru Died. And essentially, oh shit, I don't remember much of it because I read the first one and then there was like no update of like the second one or whatever. So I kind of stopped and I kind of forgot about it a little bit. But I got into it around this time, I believe last year. And essentially it's about these 2 boys. I forgot the name of one of them, but the other one's name is Hikaru. He's this little blonde boy. And they would go to school together and they were best friends and stuff like that. And one time, Hikaru went to the woods, I believe, and he ended up dying. So everybody, like, in the classroom was, like, fucking mourning his death. They're like, you know, he's dead, he's gone. You know, R.I.P. Hikaru. Or whatever. And then all of a sudden, who comes walking through the door? Hikaru. And then they're like, what the fuck? Everybody's like, what the fuck? So, Hikaru was the type, his personality, if I recall, is a lot like, how do I say it? Like Itadori. You know what I mean?
Just like outgoing.
Yeah, very outgoing.
Golden
very,
Retriever.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very Golden Retriever, but when Hikaru came back, he was very, like, silent. And he had a best friend, and if I recall, they would walk home together, or they would walk to the same bus stop together.
Yeah.
And Hikaru would never talk. Hikaru stopped talking. So he's all like, I know that's not Hikaru, but I can't let him go. Like, it's him, but it's not him. And I guess something, like, they ended up talking or whatever, in a way. And he's all like, you know, like, you can always talk to me about what's going on. Like, I know that you're not the same Hikaru. And then Hikaru looked at him, and then, like, half of his body turned into, like, some grotesque tentacle, like, monster-ish. And, essentially this monster, I'm assuming, kind of, like, gets enamored by this boy. I wouldn't call it a BL or whatever, but he kind of... It kind of insinuates a little bit, like, romantic feelings, or at least blushing, you know what I mean? Like, feeling a little bit of, like, enamored with this boy and stuff like that. And even though he knows that that's not the same Hikaru, he still misses Hikaru. So he still hangs out with this monster that he knows it's a monster. So it's kind of, like, a little bit like that. It's a little bit, like, horror-ish, but that's what happens in the first book, if I recall. And then there was a moment, too, where I think they were in the bathroom.
Oh, my.
And Hikaru took his shirt off. And then there was, like, a slit, like, on his, like, whole, like, body. And he got the boy's hand and he put it inside his body. And the monster was blushing. I don't know if it was, like, a little bit, like, a little nasty type of thing. But that boy had essentially, like, his hand in there. And the boy's right here freaking the fuck out, if I recall. But homie's just blushing. It's really weird, but it's very, like, horror-y in a way.
Oh, they fuck.
And, dude, they're, like, in middle school. So, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read it. And I'm gonna try to read the other books, too, before the anime comes out. Because it seemed pretty interesting.
I think that's gonna...
Wrap it up?
Yeah, a good wrapping up point.
Woo woo.
Thanks to everybody. What?
I don't know. I just remember random things today, and they just made me giggle.
You know, I still can't believe that in like in 2 months, our first, the anniversary of our first hangout.
For real, huh?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
It'll be the second anniversary.
No. Because the first time me and you ever just hung out, just us, was Barbenheimer.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when we're all like, we're gonna do this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we were serious about it.
Yeah, that's when we were serious.
And that's when I spilled avocado ranch dressing in your car.
Such fond memories.
I'm sorry, but we had matching shirts. We should wear it. We should wear them again.
For just cause?
The friendiversary.
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Alrighty then.
I still can't believe you bought that coat too that I didn't get to wear.
I forgot mine, honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, I might as well just use it for Professor Stein cosplay at this point. I gotta add like big stitches to it. Maybe keep the same wig I had for Gojo. That could still technically work.
Mhm.
And then I gotta add that spinny screw pop.
You can find one on Etsy. They made a headband for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure you can find it on Etsy. I'm almost certain.
I needed to make that fucking sound though. I really want that because that's so
I think it
fucking
does it
satisfying.
too.
Damn, alright, that. You sold me. I'm in. Alright, yeah, we're gonna be heading out. By the time we record again, we'll be in...
After the con?
Yes and then no, because we're gonna be recording Sunday. Yeah, after the con. Never mind, yeah, you're absolutely right. Hey! This is gonna be episode 27 of the Caffeinated Creeps podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye!
Bye-bye. Hey.
Look at me not saying sayonara.
You just did.